Vegas, that's what it's titled.
Is there a... Well, that's the podcast.
The podcast, yeah.
Is there a sports break today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking it up right now because I had to make some adjustments. So
Just want to make sure.
I'm going to change the story around.
So the Poundcake podcast is available for you on the iHeartRadio app.
Correct.
And...
sports break at 5:30.
5:30 this afternoon, everybody.
And it has a little bit of... I'll tease it because it has just a little bit for everyone. It has something for the nerds, for the transgenders, and the sports fans. Say that.
Well, why do you assume that those are three different types of people? What if you have a trans
That's
nerd
all
who's...
the people. That's what he said.
Well, I'm saying it encompasses
I see.
all of it.
Yeah.
So
I
no
see.
matter what your flavor is, we got a little bit for you in this sports break.
Wow. You're checking all the boxes.
Yeah. Trying to double it up. Get that game money.
Tomorrow, comedian Ryan Hamilton returns. He's very funny. He'll be in here tomorrow. It's been a minute since we've seen him, but he's doing the weekend at Hilarities.
That's one where my mom gets real excited because he's a clean comic, and she's like, "Hey, I need those Hamilton tickets." And I was like, "I can get you Hamilton." She's
You
like,
mean Ryan Hamilton?
I'm like, oh, I got that. Yeah,
yeah.
I can hook that one up. She's like, "You think I want to see Black Hamilton? Come on."
You mean multicultural Hamilton?
Yeah,
I don't want to have history wrapped to me.
Yeah, they don't want that.
By the way, thank you to Tommy Gulch. Oh, there's that name again.
Yeah,
Tommy
Bird,
Gulch helping out in the video department today. Alan Poundcake might be on to something. You might have already seen the story, Cody, but some guy got run over by a truck on the beach.
So whenever something like this happens, it must happen more often than not because
People get hit by trucks on the beach, but you said a semi. There's people that take trucks on the beach, so that one is fair. But you're talking about a runaway semi hitting you on the beach. That's again.
Regardless, whenever it happens, I get a DM. Like it's someone that I'm like, you don't even, you know how you can tell people follow you when you click on their profile? You don't even follow me. You had to look at my profile to send me this article. And they're like, all right, well, thank you for this. And they still don't follow me. They literally just wanted me to see that they saw someone get ran over by a truck on the beach.
That's why I like your take on it, because the visual image is a semi out of control on the beach chasing somebody down.
This woman scorned.
Yeah, this is always eventually, or inevitably, this is always somebody who passed out on the beach and a truck didn't see them. This happened at Coney Island.
That's awful.
Beach in Brooklyn. 3 a.m, 47-year-old guy on the beach, and he got run over by a Parks Department truck because they didn't see him.
How do you act? But what I want to know is, how do you accidentally end up on a beach? Like that's
because he's probably drunk and passed out. This is at Coney Island.
Driving a truck?
No.
No,
A guy was
just a
lying
dude,
in the
yeah.
sand, and a Parks Department truck ran him over.
Well, still,
'Cause they
Parks Department.
But they didn't see him.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Guy's
Yes.
on the beach, passed out. I mean, I assume, or asleep. It's 3 a.m.
I was gonna say, is he
47-year-old
buried
guy.
in sand?
Well, it's dark. I mean, I'm sure they've got headlights, but yeah, if there was a breeze and it blew some sand on him, I don't know.
Never fall asleep on
Pronounced
the beach,
dead
man.
at the scene. Because the Parks Department, they're cleaning up the beaches overnight because people are animals and they're just leaving junk and all kinds of crap on the beach. So Parks Department comes in, kind of combs the beach.
I thought that was called like the Dawn Patrol.
Might be. Sure, there are all kinds of names for it.
But there's places you can go nap on the beach that I feel like would be more safe. I feel like if you sleep underneath a pier, I don't think trucks really drive underneath piers like that. Like if they're on the beach going out. Like
Bill Squire slept on our lawn in front of the building one time. What if the groundskeepers had come through?
But they're not driving on the grass and by bushes.
What if the groundskeepers had come through and had hurt him with like a hedge trimmer?
I still never
That's no way to do it.
I mean, it was a Saturday. I don't think they work on Saturday.
That's how little you know about landscapers.
I still never
That is a
I'm talking about
7-day-a-week.
I'm saying they don't work here on.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
I still never understood why you had to fall asleep in the grass. This was at the time where iHeart was popping and we had the little couches and everything up here. It was perfect for naps. I've done it before. Taking plenty of naps here.
Because you don't want to underestimate how comfy our grass is out here.
Ugh.
How luxurious the landscaping. Sometimes you just want to...
Hey, it hit the spot that night.
Because it's cool. The grass is nice and cool, right? It's probably got a bit of an evening dew on it.
There's so many.
So it's like sleeping on a cool bathroom floor, just with, thousands of little
cigarette butts.
Well, I was going to say grass bristles on your face. Cigarette butts.
There
that
are.
Too. Out in front?
Yes.
There's ashtrays in front. I don't know how many people were flicking their butts in the grass.
How many times have you seen people, there be
Only
a trash
butt in the
can.
grass was Bill Squire's. Huh?
How many times have you seen a trash can and then people have trash like right next to the trash can just on the ground?
Yeah, I guess.
It's the same thing.
I don't see anybody out there in front anymore, but this was a few years ago. It was like after one of our bar crawls or something.
Yeah, it was after. It's that the Valley bar crawls, man.
They're always different.
The girl that.
Is that when I had to take those chicks home?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the girl, I think she's married now. I know she has a kid, but she texted me like less than a month ago, and she goes, "Hey, this is so and so. Hope you're doing well. This is super random, but I'm at work and this nurse was randomly talking about Bill Squire." And I said, "Oh, I know Bill. He's my friend." And I told her the bar crawl story, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're the Parma Girl."
You had to drive her home.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
Her
did,
and
yeah.
her friend. Yeah.
I think something happens when you're on the bus, and it's just a long enough time between here and Akron where you get a nice buzz going. Then you have all the bars to hit at the Valley, and then you have that like half-hour, 45-minute bus ride back to Cleveland. It does something to you.
Well, that was also, I was fresh off a round of Nutrimost, so like I had just lost like 35 or 40 pounds.
Oh, you were skinny, Bill, then?
I was pretty skinny then, and that was one of my first nights back drinking. And so I just went way too hard.
Forgot where your level was.
I didn't have a level because I didn't drink for almost 60 days.
Oh, I see.
So I went back with a vengeance, and it messed me up.
Some of the best memories we've had were on some of the bar crawls.
Bar crawls are so fun.
They were just, and the thing is, I never had
some of the best memories we don't have were on the bar crawls.
The things we can't remember.
Like, I have never gone overboard on a bar crawl because I don't have that type of job security. So I've always been, I sip seductively and I'm a spectator. I watch everybody else act up. I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen Monday?
But that's always true of any situation on a party bus, is there's that massive drop-off in sensory overload. When you're in a bar or you're in a club and you're drinking and there's music and your body's, the sound is thumping through your body and you're having a good time, and then you walk outside and it's cold and it's quiet, and then you get onto a vehicle, and if you have, a sizable trip back, if you're just going up the street, it's no big deal. Coming back from Akron, we got 30, 35 minutes or whatever back here. That's just back here. And you're just sitting there, and it's like just quiet.
Well,
because remember how loud the party bus was on the way down to the bar crawl, and then on the way back, it's dead quiet.
Yeah.
Everyone went,
and it's like rocking you like an infant in a back seat of a car. That's what puts them to sleep.
Well, when we took the limo bus to Brandywine or Boston Mill, whatever, is it still called that now?
No clue.
Well, when
for the Polar Blast,
I would get really messed up, and I had to make, I had my 3 or 4 layers of clothes on. I would make sure I ate that day, so I had a base. And then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna have a couple pops on the beer or on the bus, and then I still would get out there, and it's freezing cold, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna pass out. Immediately, I go from warm weather to cold. I have all those layers, and I have beer in me.
Sure,
my body, I don't know what's going on. It's just like, bro, you're not built for the cold. You're not built for the cold, and I can feel myself getting ready to pass out. I need to go sit down.
Gwen and I used to pregame with buzz balls on the party bus. We'd get off. Alan, I'm 16. I'm wondering if Bill would let me know if Nope is too scary for me to watch.
16, I think you can handle it.
He also doesn't know who you are, sir or madam.
Is it an R movie?
How do we know what's too scary for you?
Well, then you got to wait a year.
It is R? I thought it was PG-13.
They said the F word a lot, and there's a lot of blood, so...
I keep forgetting that there's age restrictions on movies.
It is R, yeah.
Yeah, I think...
They ID you to get into a movie.
I think if you can handle Stranger Things, you can handle Nope.
I don't know if anybody IDs you anymore, because you can just buy a ticket on an app.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying. And there's just a kid who scans the QR. There's nobody at the ticket counter
I didn't
anymore.
even see a ticket counter there yesterday.
Right.
I just walked to the area where they have the person that... Because it's like it's a preview. So you just walk up to the person and be like, hey, I'm on the list. And they go, we got your name tags over here. We'll show you to your seats. You would love to go to one of these just because they have my name in like 4 seats sectioned out. So if you could go to one and have your name on that, you feel so special.
You should, Poundcake. You should absolutely go to those press screenings.
Okay, I will. I definitely will go to one of those. I've gone before.
I'll see if I can help you out.
Get your name on a sticker on a chair. Make you feel good.
Yeah, I went to go see Bohemian Rhapsody or.
Did you say Bohemian Rhapsody?
Bohemian.
Oh, that's not the eating disorder documentary?
No, I saw that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And there was another one. The Elton John movie I didn't see.
Elton John, yeah.
I didn't see
that one. Rocket Man was fun. It was all right.
But yeah, that was
going
dope.
back to the party bus stories, though. There was the ugly sweater. It was just my bar crawl. It was the ugly Christmas sweater bar crawl. Also down at the in the valley.
Wasn't that before the show?
No, this one was after the show on a Friday night in the valley, and I had a different ugly Christmas sweater to wear to each bar. And on Monday, I got a text from the limo driver, and he's like, "Hey,
always good.
Somebody left this in the bus, and it was the girl that I went with. It was her bra, because." The way back up,
the bra came off. There you go. Let me get that ugly sweater off you, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there was some beautiful things under that ugly sweater.
And what did the limo driver say? Was he?
They thought it was great.
I was going to say, there's a bra on this button. Now, this is a party bus.
Yeah,
I was like, I wonder what they see. They probably have some gems. They probably have like a wall dedicated. Well, actually, I'll go ask my friend. I'll see what he says.
Was you puking in Chris Tyler's apartment bar crawl related, by the way?
No.
Or was that just you guys all hanging out?
That was, we were, Erica wanted me to, or she was being ambassador of the Flats that night, and she took me out, and we just went around to the Flats bars. Yeah. And, of course, it was my first time hanging with the big dogs, and I wanted to see if I can hang. I was like,
and you couldn't.
Sure, I could take a shot. It ain't nothing. Like, give me that shot.
Well, this year I had a bar crawl for St. Patrick's Day, and that was supposed to be before the show, but then we ended up not being on the air that day, and I was like, thank goodness. And I had
because I got sick. I got really sick.
Time, yeah. So.
Oh, thank God Alan's throwing up so I could just enjoy this.
Exactly, because otherwise I would have to have a beer on a bar crawl, which that's, it's
I knew I was
fun.
doing you a favor that day. Yeah.
How do you remember? There are some things, I don't know if I blocked it out or it's just like far back. I don't even remember what I was doing, what made me throw up at Chris Tyler's apartment. I don't even remember that until people bring it up. I was like, oh yeah, I did throw up in Chris Tyler's
Stephen
bathroom.
Canton reminded me of it.
Yeah, I don't know what we were drinking. The last thing I remember was Chris Tyler was like, you good? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine. and then everyone else was out on the balcony.
You lied or you thought you were okay?
Oh, I definitely lied.
Oh, okay.
And then everyone else was out on the balcony. I was like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. And Erica thought I was pooping. And I'm like, she's like, he's been in there a long time. I bet you he's pooping. And nope, she heard me barfing.
What's the one that we did where you slept over and then my brother was in the bathroom? That was after Erica's wedding.
Was it? I don't remember that either.
I think that was after Erica's wedding. Because you... Or, no, it was my... It might have been Beater's wedding.
I was like, it might have been Beater's wedding.
I think it was Beater's wedding because you came with me as my +1, and then you slept on my couch, and then you were
We all drank a lot.
Oh, my brother was trying to take a shower, but you were in the bathroom pooping.
I waited till everyone was asleep. This is how crazy I am. That's the thing. That's the anxiety I have. I purposely waited. I was like, it seems quiet enough. Everyone's probably in bed, right? It's 4 a.m. No one's going to be up at this time. No big deal. And I got up there, and I was like, damn it, Bill's bathroom door doesn't lock. Like, it was like, maybe it locked, but it's like an old-fashioned doorknob. And I was like, how am I going to lock this? So I think I just stuffed a bunch of stuff underneath the door so he couldn't open it.
And then my brother's just like, man, I got to go to work.
My brother's like, his brother is just like spinning the door. I can see it moving. I'm like, occupado.
It's like a killer trying to get in. Doorknob's moving. You got a chair underneath the doorknob.
Like, I'm pooping in here.
In that spot, I only lived there for, I think, from February till August.
And you had one bathroom?
It was one bathroom
Wow.
It was it was the upside, it was the up part of a house. So we had 2 floors, but just one bathroom.
Oh, I didn't realize those were one bathroom joints.
Not all
traditionally,
of them
or that one?
Yeah, that one was. And it was kind of a weird setup, but that's why we kind of got a break on the rent, because the bathroom was kind of
connected. There's only one crapper
to,
in here. It's next to the kitchen.
Yeah, well, it was.
Nobody wants that.
It was across from the kitchen, but you couldn't get to it from the kitchen because the owner bought a giant fridge that blocked the door, so you could only get to the bathroom through one of the bedrooms, which I would just use for, like, my kids would come over and stay from time to time in that bedroom, but mostly it was empty. And then, but that I did a lot of work from February to August. I had a lot of stuff that happened in that apartment.
That was you effing know better, girl?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like, there was a lot of things that went down there, because just in that little time frame. That was the only time I think
That was Squire Manor?
No, that was Squire Station, I believe. Because it's the one that's near the train tracks.
Squire Station.
Yeah.
I guess I don't remember that one.
God, I've made a fool of myself in several different occasions.
Well, at least you realize it.
Was
a lot
your
of people
brother
don't
late?
realize it.
What's that?
Was your brother late?
I don't remember. Probably.
He said, "Hey, what's
Probably
up?
got fired because of you.
What's up with your friend? He just wouldn't let me into the bathroom."
That's not my friend. That's my coworker.
That's right.
You're letting people stay over here, and they're just barricading themselves in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I think You Know Better came over that night because we were watching Aladdin, and then everybody started to fall asleep because we were up till 3 or 4 in the morning. It was a late night.
You know better!
I know it was late.
That was her that was over there. I see.
I don't remember remember what we were doing, but I know I waited till everyone went to bed because I probably had to poop that entire time. And I was like, I can't just get up and leave. We're watching Aladdin. Everyone's going to hear me. They're going to watch me go to the bathroom.
So you're like waiting everyone out to fall asleep so you can go to the bathroom.
Or leave, yes. I told you, this is an issue.
I understand. I'm just saying that, like, in real time, that would be tough.
Yes, it was tough.
You'd really be getting the sweats.
Yeah. That's the reason why I barricaded myself in Bill's bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, finally, my moment of peace. It's quiet. All the lights are turned out. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. I'm like, great. Let me go into this bathroom and tear it up real quick. No one's going to hear me. And sure enough, I probably sat down and just got a good plop in, and then I hear, I'm like, no, my worst nightmare. I was like, is it Bill? Bill, go to bed. No.
You like got an arm against the door and you're
my
trying
foot's up against it. I'm like,
one cheek still on the seat.
That's the worst feeling is when you just hear, even if you're in a public bathroom.
So this wasn't in the next morning.
No, I mean, this is the continuing
My
night.
brother got up early for work because I think he was working.
So this is an all-night thing. You were waiting.
Yeah, like I said, we were going. We probably were up till 3 or 4,
and
then he
late.
probably waited a little too long because I think my brother had to get up for work at like 6:30.
I was going to say there was a lot of time that passed that you could have been pooping.
He didn't take advantage.
Oh man.
Because he thought
Fatal error.
He thought that we'd still be awake, waiting around, being like, "I bet Poundcake's gonna poop. we gotta listen for it." I'm like, I don't care.
Meanwhile,
man.
nobody's thinking at all. About, yeah. You should have just gone in there and done it quietly. There's ways to do it quietly. Who cares if you blow the place up and somebody else goes in there?
Especially
big deal.
At my house with me and my brother being the other people that poop there, no one's gonna be like, "Oh, this is something that we can't handle."
Right. You couldn't have had better cover than being at Squire Station.
Yeah, well, lesson learned, but that was
lesson learned.
That was
son.
my tick. I feel weird. It's like for a while when I was a teenager, I didn't shower at other people's houses. I was like, I have to shower at my house. It just feels weird. Now I'm like, I'll shower wherever. I walk around naked wherever.
Shower in the kitchen.
Don't shower at my house.
I wasn't invited.
You're a coworker, not a friend. Let me give you some money in about 20 minutes. 4:30 is going to be the next keyword for you to go fuel yourself. After the break, you want to go see Incubus. I'll get you a couple of tickets.